I don't really have anything. So.
You know what? I was going to say that, you asked me and you write them, and then we have some people call them in. Don't you think just once maybe someone that this was closer to could write it? Someone named.
Oh, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, coming out of that. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Steve. You do some shit. This is you anyway. You come up with some fucking old Steves. God damn it.
Not bad for on the fly, right?
Thank you. Andy had one in the chamber. All right. King Mo. I like this one. Sup, Aries. Third time emailing the show. Second time, hopefully getting aired. What's you guys' honest opinion on comedy versus battles? Damon Wayans said on a radio show that he'd welcome a comedy battle against Dave Chappelle. Just your opinion on the concept and who will win these 3 verses. Well, before I mention the 3 verses, let me say, I don't understand how you do a comedy versus. What's the versus?
It's just a battle.
Well, how are you battling?
I'm assuming it's similar to a roast battle.
Like they're roasting each other?
Wouldn't that be how you do it? Because isn't that...
To me, that's the only way you would do
because
it.
Because a hip-hop versus is basically your
battle.
But you're roasting,
but you can see that, though.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, if it's not a roast battle, it's what? I tell 3 minutes of jokes, then you tell...
No, it has to be.
It has 3 minutes of jokes, and whoever tells the better jokes wins?
I think I think it'd be a roast battle.
And not every comic is quick to roast.
No.
Yeah, I don't see... Yeah, because somebody asked me that before, and I'm just like, you and Jay Farrell... Well, see, impressions is different. If somebody goes, yo, you and Jay Farrell should do a comedy versus... Because we both do impressions.
Yeah, that would
make sense to me.
You could have that battle of
who does the better impression.
Yeah.
But a comedy versus... I don't understand. Unless you are roasting each other, what do you battle? Yeah. It's an individual sport.
Yeah, and since comedy is subjective, one person might go, oh, he was funnier than the other one without...
Exactly.
But the only way you could do it is roasting it.
Now, that being said, and listen, I take my hat off to Damon Wayans. I always said I thought of the family. He's the most talented, bar none. But Dave Chappelle versus Damon Wayans would be Mike Tyson in his prime versus a featherweight. They are 2 different weight classes. Dave versus anybody other than, God rest his soul, who he can't be, he's not here, Patrice O'Neal, Dave destroyed nobody. Dave's his own weight class.
See, in a roast battle, I might disagree with you a little bit.
I've never known Dave or Damon to be roasters.
But Damon, I think, has that.
I could see Damon more than Dave.
Has that quick chop you down kind of, because that's part of what they did in Living Color, though, too.
Yeah.
Where Dave is very thought out, and it's a little bit more of a story, a little longer beat.
Dave, to me, would be like a musket shot. You take a long load, but when he shoots you, he's going to get you in a dab in the middle of your forehead.
Okay.
And knock your shit clean off. And for him to reload, stick, the powder. It's a long process. Throw it out.
But that might not work in a roast battle.
I hear your point.
So that's why I kept saying the other night,
Damon.
I think Damon might have a shot. I'm not saying, like, listen, I'm not saying this is no disrespect to any other comic, but for my life, Richard Pryor was my fucking guy. That's my number one.
Right.
That's the dude who sits on the top of the throne.
He's the king.
And Dave is the only one that I say, now I say Richard,
Dave.
A1, Dave, A2. It's still, they're sharing that throne now, to me. And I know I've met a lot of people in recent time here that aren't huge Dave fans, that don't like.
Who are these people?
Listen, some people think it's too opinionated, or that he has this that he tells it's too long without a big punch. I appreciate Dave for what he does with comedy more than I've appreciated any comic for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. And I just want to make sure that was going. And so for me, it's I'm not knocking anybody else in comedy. I'm just saying, for this particular skill set, even though I don't put Damon on that same level, I still think that he has a chance in a roast battle.
Excuse us, folks. This is the barbecue that's being delivered to me and Andy right now. Hold on a second. Hey, sweetheart.
The turtle is parked in here, so I'm about to load up and come in the lobby.
What's your room number?
I'm on 348. Do you want to meet her?
No, just can she come up here and drop it off?
Yeah, she can. It's up to you.
Hey, can you come up to room 348?
Yeah, my dear, no problem.
Hey, you got hot sauce?
No. You want me to grab you some?
Please.
I'll get you some. Don't worry about it. I know how to talk. I'll get some from in the hotel.
All right, because I need it for my fried catfish.
Okay, got you.
All right.
348.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back, folks. I'm sorry. Every now and then, Andreas and I. No, we can go to. She's not gonna do it.
Open up the door.
Oh, okay. Every now and then, Andreas and I, we get shit delivered to us, and this beautiful black woman made us some barbecue on Thursday, and gave us brisket, chicken, and all kinds of goodies. And I snapped my fingers and summoned for some fried catfish today with crawfish mac and cheese. So that was her, and she's delivering us the Kangs. Oh, shit. So back to the versus conversation.
I get brisket.
So here's the second matchup. Cat Williams versus Kevin Hart. Again, landslide.
Cat.
Landslide, man.
That's what he does.
That's what Cat does, and does it brutally. But I will say, let me backtrack a little bit. Yo, Kevin can hold his own.
I know, and he's going to say it with his chest out.
Yeah, say it with death. This is how funny Kevin is, man. I guess he has some new show on Netflix where he interviews motherfucking celebrities. And he had Don Cheadle on. And Don is talking to him. And Don goes, yeah, man. And, besides that, Kevin, I'm 56. And Kevin goes, damn! And then there's just an awkward silence. And then Don Cheadle has the most hurt look on his face. And he looks at Kevin. And Kevin just with this blankness goes, I'm sorry. But it just, like, Kevin to me, him, Cat, Chris, Tucker, they're like human cartoon characters. If Kevin was a cartoon, he'd be a smash on Saturday mornings. That voice, the animation, the height. He's a funny motherfucker, man.
He is. But going back to that particular battle.
Right.
Face and face. Just without words, just looking at each other. Who's going to make you laugh first?
Cat.
Yeah. He does that.
Cat, yeah.
That's what he does.
Right.
So it's hard for me to say that Kevin would win that. I know Kevin ain't going to lose. He's going to get beat.
Kevin's going to get a few rounds.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And now here's the final one. Aries versus Godfrey. I'm going to pull myself out of this and give it to you.
Well, now it goes to what it is.
What are we doing?
Yeah, because if it's about the voices, I'm going to tell you he has you on a couple voices.
You mean impressions?
Impressions.
Right.
I mean, I don't even say voices because, we both know you do impressions, but your voice is more on point than his, except for two. I give him two. I give him early
Steve Harvey
and early Al Pacino. Young Al Pacino.
I still have not heard this.
Yeah. His young Al Pacino is, but you have old Al Pacino. He has young Al Pacino.
Okay.
And then when we go to the next part, I don't know. You're both pretty mean. You both have that edge where you can cut somebody.
Right.
But you both have it.
How about accents? Because he does great accents, too.
But so do you.
Yeah.
Dude, you had that one, the one dude from, I forgot where in Africa he was from, but you had him believing you were from Africa.
Yes. In Chicago when we were in the Uber. Right. I was joking with Ivan because he kept going, that's not how we say comedians. I said, nigga, say comedy. I said, no, say comedians. He went, comedy. I said, nigga, I didn't say comedy. Comedians. And then he goes, comedians. I said, it's the same shit.
And he started laughing.
Like, yeah, come on, nigga, I know what I'm doing.
You two, listen. It's not anything like towards you. I think that you are. I think the skill set you're gonna win.
Right.
I just think he has this meanness to him where he can be where he can
raw.
cut you deep, real raw, cut you real deep, and is raw as you can get. You're not mean.
You think he's mean though?
I think he could get mean for that battle.
Right.
I don't know that you get mean.
Shit. Depends on what's on the other end of that rainbow.
Yeah,
nigga. How big is that pot of gold?
Yeah, no, I get that. But I just, but that's also because I know you.
Right.
And I really know who you are.
Well, you just said it. You know who I really am.
Yeah.
So you know it ain't really mean.
Yeah.
But to all the other motherfuckers that don't know me,
Yeah.
I'm the meanest son of a bitch in the world.
But see, that's why I can't do roast battles. I tried to do them. I'm afraid people are going to really know how I feel. And if you know how I feel, you'll realize that I am really
Mean.
I don't like a lot of people.
Okay.
So if I went to roast somebody once and I said some stuff and I was like, oh man, it hurt me because I was like, these people really heard who I am.
Right.
Because I know.
But do you think that when you're saying what you're saying, it's coming from a genuine, I'm being a comedian, or fuck comedy, this is how I feel?
The unfortunate part for me is in my head, I'm afraid that they're going to figure out that's really how I feel.
And it's not?
It really is how I feel.
Oh, okay. Well, then there it is.
But I don't want people to know that's how I feel.
Right. Okay.
So that's my hardest part about roasting. But I'm not a roast comic. That's it anyway. But I don't know. I think it would be a really good battle between you two. Mm-hmm. I still give you the edge.
Okay.
But I just know I feel like he can. I've seen him cut people.
Right.
Even when you go after someone in the audience who's been that you have. Like a pressure cooker that just leaves a little bit of that air come out so that it doesn't have to explode.
Right.
You leave a little bit, just a little bit, so that the person doesn't go home and kill themselves. I've seen Godfrey set them up to go home and kill themselves.
Well, I haven't seen too many clips, but I remember I saw this one clip of him at the cellar, and some woman yelled out about she had an objection to something he was saying, and it felt like he stopped trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Like he got pissed.
Yeah.
And was letting her know, bitch, this is my show. You don't like it, get the fuck out. And you can always tell when it's like, yeah, motherfuckers cutting you up, but they're being funny. This felt like he was really upset.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what's real funny, though, too? And that's because he's, and you are, too, but he's a real New York comic. He lives in New York. This is where he practices his craft at. You're in L.A.
Welcome to my dojo, niggas.
But when we're right now in Pleasanton, you said something about comedy etiquette, and this girl looked at you and went, comedy etiquette? Comedy etiquette? What's comedy etiquette? And she walked out, and you were like, I felt what you were feeling, you know?
Right.
And she really was like, there's no such, like, how could there be such a thing?
Right.
When you're in New York, there is comedy etiquette, and the people who go to a comedy club know what the fuck that's about.
Right.
And so the difference is, like, you have to... They don't know what it's about on the West Coast. I don't think that they do. I think that they feel like they're part of the show too, and then they go in and they do what they do.
Right.
And you always have a way of being very you're cutthroat, but you let them live. I seen comics in New York just fucking ear rape people.
Yeah, but sometimes I think some of those guys do that because they don't have the skill set.
No, that's possible
to roast
too.
them.
That's possible too.
And still be. Because I've had people tell me afterwards, yo, man, it was real professional how you handled that.
Yeah.
So there's a mastery to being able to cut a motherfucker without letting them know they bleeding. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's true. Well, you saw the movie Heckler that
I did not.
Jamie Kennedy did.
Oh, yes, I did.
There's a thing where Arsenio Hall talks about like when he gets heckled and when he goes after someone, he goes, it's not about being funny anymore. He goes, I'll tell them their mom has cancer. Like he just, I want to hurt them. I want to take them out. I want to shut them down, and I want them done.
Well, listen, when you make a motherfucker want to hurt you physically beat you up after show, you've done your job. And like I said, to this day, the coldest shit I ever heard, Joe Torre, nigga said, don't talk about my mama. She dead. I don't give a fuck. I'll dig the bitch up and talk shit to her corpse.
Did the dude want to kick his ass?
Nigga, that's the nuclear button. I will dig the bitch up and talk shit to her corpse. Oh, wow. I don't think I could go. Well, I could if it warranted it. If it absolutely was like, you deserve this. But damn, dude. And Joe's a brolic nigga, so he might could handle himself. But oof.
Dude, but you saw it recorded, right? You weren't actually there.
I heard about it. Joe Torre, his brother told me.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Guy Torre told me about it.
Who's meaner, Joe or Guy?
Oh, Joe. Joe, nigga. I told you, Joe and DL Hewley made me go to the dojo and tighten up my improv, cut niggas up skills.
Hold on.
Hold on, you want to put it on pause?
Oh, no, now hold on to you. Steve, we had to make a little break right there.
All right, back in 3, 2, 1. It's from our boy Les CW. Peace to y'all. Hello, gentlemen. Leslie on the check-in. I listened to the Malice at the Airport episode, and I feel bad for Andy because of the terrible experience he went through. When United canceled his flight, that's a shame. They broke the 2 wheels. I have never taken a plane before, and I'm afraid of them. Andy, you are blessed to be alive. I would have never taken that car ride to Buffalo. LOL. That's scary shit. Thank God you made it to Buffalo. Aries gets a $10. Yeah, I know I fucked this up too when I heard it. Aries gets a $10 lot of money for saying Vernon Maxwell instead of Cedric. I realized at the moment I heard it, I was like, fucking Vernon Maxwell. He played with the Rockets. I meant to say Cedric Maxwell.
And I heard you say it, and I went to say it, and I forgot to get back to it.
Right. My brother told me it was Cedric. His name is Ned. Can you describe the plane taking off feeling? Like, how does it feel when the plane goes up? Peace to the diehard listeners. Peace to the brave artists sending in their music for us to enjoy or criticize. One last thing, that Dookie Nugget was nasty. LMAO. Have a nice day, y'all.
It was nasty. I'm gonna speak from that one. That was nasty. On taking off and flying, I want to hear what you have to say about the takeoff and landing too. But most accidents
happen during takeoff
and landing. It's the first 5 minutes of the plane flight and the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
You know, I still am scared of flying. But got to do what you got to do. Got to pay the bills. Got money to make, and who is to buy? But plus, the first time I had to get on a plane was to fly to L.A. So, and I knew that was part of my dream. So, man, the fuck up. 2 scariest moments on a plane for me, flying to D.C. and I think lightning hit the engine, and there was a big boom, and the stewardess was running, and I was like, oh shit. But you know, all was blessed and ended well. And then the second time, which this was probably even scarier, because this was shortly after 9/11, probably about a year later. The plane is landing. We feel the wheels touch the ground, and the plane goes right back up in the air. No explanation from the captain for 20 minutes. So imagine, boom, you hear the wheels touch ground, but you keep in rhythm and you go right back up. And for 20 minutes, no explanation.
And then what was the explanation?
Something where we had to keep circling around because something was going on the ground, and they didn't want any planes on the ground at the time.
That sounds like bullshit.
Maybe.
I have more problems, not necessarily. Well, I guess it just depends on the moment. I've had equally as many problems on the takeoff as I've had on the landing.
Right.
But crosswind is the thing that will fuck you up
when the plane's shaking.
When the wind's blowing across the takeoff or the landing, and especially on the landing because you're coming in and they're fighting the wind to get the wheels down right. And just on the flight that I had out here, you heard the plane go because the
screech to the side.
Yeah, because it was he had to push it back over against the wind as it was when it came in.
But when the screech happened, the wheel was on the ground.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, but it's still that's dangerous too, though, because
I don't give a fuck if it does a 360, nigga. If the wheels is on the ground, we good, nigga.
The scariest moment that I've ever had, though, we were flying and we were in turbulence, and then the turbulence kind of ended, and then we were flying, and I guess we caught a little bit more, and we had like a 50 to 100 foot drop,
like a roller coaster.
Like it just went boom, and you just felt like and there was people that weren't buckled in at the time. They were walking around,
right,
and they hit the ceiling. They hit the ceiling of the plane.
Really?
And there was people knocked out and passed out and laying on the ground.
Wow.
And it feels. I mean, I shouldn't say it feels like you hit something, but it feels like it almost feels like you're in an accident because you feel the boom and your stomach is up in your ears basically,
right.
And then you look around and the people are crying and screaming and.
Oof.
And I think the crying and screaming freaks you out even more. But go ahead. But I got one really good story to tell about it.
Was coming back from Toronto on a flight from Toronto back to New York, and the weather was so fucking bad on the plane. This motherfucker kept dipping, dropping, fucking tilting. We really didn't think we were gonna make it. It was so bad they turned around and landed, and I rented a car and drove from Toronto to New York.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is just a funny story, and it's in the landing. We're coming back, and I'm flying to Phoenix from New York, and I'll take an edible, and just enough, 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams, somewhere around there, just enough to make me relax and chill out, maybe even fall asleep on the flight, and get home. Not a lot, just a little dose. I like being aware. I mean, I don't like being out.
Right.
So. I think I took like a 10. Maybe I took 20 that time. I don't know. But we're coming in, and I don't normally get a window seat, but I had a window seat on this one. And I don't know if I said this on the podcast before. I heard like a dog. Like I heard like a dog going. I'm like, fuck, whose dog is on? It kept waking me up. Whose dog is on this plane? And there's some turbulence. We're bouncing a little bit. And then, fucking looking around, kind of just getting. And then finally, as we're coming in, and you can feel the plane really going for this landing, and we're bouncing, but I don't think it's bad. And I look over, and the two ladies next to me who don't know each other are holding each other's hands. And that one lady.
They were whimpering?
Yes.
Oh.
And I started laughing because I realized I must be really high because I didn't feel like they're freaking out. I'm so relaxed. The plane finally comes to the landing, boom, the wheels hit, and then there's a massive breakout of applause. And I'm like, I must have been fucked up because I could have given a fuck.
Right. Right.
And these ladies are actually sitting there holding each other's hands, don't know each other, holding hands, crying. I was like, oh, man. It's better traveling through THC.
Tell me who your dealer is, nigga.
Well, it's the state now. They're all making money.
Frank Williams, Andy/Andreas, my nigga. Yo, this one is custom cut for my guy, Andy. First up, what's up, A&A? I really enjoyed myself at the Sunday night show at Steinberg Improv, and thanks for the tickets. I felt like Frank Lucas at the Joe Frazier fight. I love that.
Did he wear a big mink?
He might have, an American Gangster. So I just heard Thursday, 8/26/21 email episode, and you guys were discussing an email a fan wrote in and said he would have, he said it would be very funny if you would have said, yeah, those niggas, LOL. Andreas, I completely understand your take and stance that on the N-word, it really bothers me how comedy is getting watered down to me because of the range. Some can go. Also, I remember us having a sidebar after the show and how you was telling me you stopped doing your joke about your friend Eric because of the George Floyd death. But after seeing your comfortability on being on stage and how you deliver jokes and your stage presence, you can get away it, and I approve of it. This message has been brought to you by $10, a lot of money. Just not in regular conversation, LOL, but on the show. Aries had set you up on many occasions, and instead putting it down with two hands, you just lay it off the glass and kept it moving, LOL. But I get it. How about this? Say things like Ninja Coon Spook of my favorite Mulian. Spelled it wrong, but you get what I'm saying. Yay he, Frankie G, and that's how I get pussy. That's a shirt. Yeah, Frank, I understand what you were saying. Freeway could use some stoplights and traffic signs. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. No, I remember even talking to him about this. Yeah, as I said to him, I stopped doing the joke, the black church joke about my friend Eric who took me to his church. And the reason I did is because as we were coming out of COVID, I didn't want to put things out there that someone had to think about, because I know that does, regardless of whether the joke is funny or not, there's a moment where people have to think, do I want this dude saying that? And I didn't want that to happen at the show because we were just coming back from COVID, and I wanted people to enjoy themselves and not question why they came out tonight or what I was doing. we're back at the point where I feel like it's time for me to put that back into my set list. And the only problem with it is that's a complicated joke. It's like a 10-minute joke.
Right.
And if I miss beats on it, it's not funny.
Right.
And so I need to get back that rhythm back to it. And it's not there yet. So I need to bring that back. I just it's who I am. It's how I feel up on stage. Anything goes on the podcast. I really feel that it's a more personal level. It's not comedy. It's not in the dojo. Whether we're being funny and we're comedians and people know that who tune in, it's not the dojo.
Right.
So this is how I handle it. I handle it different. I talk about different things. I would never talk about stuff that I talk about here because I don't find them necessarily funny. So it's just my stance. It's where I'll stay.
And as far as the T-shirts, maybe that is something we could drum up too. The yehi. And I don't know about that's how I get pussy. It might have to be
It could be a cat.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And that's how I get, and then a cat.
Cat.
Instead of that's how I get an actual vagina. Even though that might be funny too to some people. So appreciate it, brother. Shannon Moore, episode 287 question. Hey guys, is wearing a jersey with a player's name on it the same as wearing a $10 allotted shirt on my podcast mask? I wear that shit all the time. Love you guys. Of course, it's not the same. It's much, much different. Women, you all can get away with anything that we cannot. So go for it.
No, but our shirts, see, the difference is our shirts are created around something that's funny.
Right.
Or us being funny. Or even a picture of a comic represents your taste in comedy. A jersey, I'm still sticking on this. And I know a lot of people don't agree with this. You're wearing a piece of athletic equipment that's made for an athlete.
Yes.
And then you're putting their name, then you're wearing that, which you are not one of.
Right.
And then you're putting their name on it, which means to me, if I could play, I'd be this guy. That's the best. That's
that guy's my hero. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of,
Right.
That's my hero. And if I could play, I'd be that guy.
Right.
You're not that guy. You're wasting athletic equipment. I don't wear shoulder pads to the game. I've never worn a helmet to the game.
Right.
Now,
well, based on some of these fights that are going on,
you might
maybe some of you niggas may want a helmet.
Yeah, or if you're a Oakland Raiders fan, even though they're in Vegas now, you wear a helmet.
Right.
I know a lot of them do because they dress up as like they do the full dress up.
Yes.
So, but that's my only thing with the jersey. It's a piece of athletic equipment. I'm not one of those players.
Yeah.
All right.
B. Jackson, Beverly Hills Cop 4. Haha, I'm cracking up. Hey, y'all, I was cracking up when I saw this, and the first person that I thought of was Aries. This shit's got to stop. Eddie Murphy is literally one of my favorite actor comedians, but I'm totally not here for this. Literally in the middle of listening to episode 286 and had to press pause to send this. Anyway, let me know when you're coming back to Jersey. Go back to New York. Aries, all funny style now. LOL. Just by ignoring my DMs. I'm sorry, baby. I'm not ignoring them. Just, brother, get caught up sometimes. That's all. So evidently, look, Beverly Hills Cop 4 set to film with Netflix soon.
Sure.
Listen, I'm all for it if they can pull it off. The problem is it becomes hard to pull off that character because that character was a wisecracking, street smart, slick, quick dude. And the older you get, it's hard to be that guy, especially when you got an African village of children and, you're almost 70.
Well, what if the storyline flipped and now Eddie Murphy is the older, it's like the old cop.
Teaching the young cop played by Aries Spears, who comes in to fucking do what he used to do. And he's the wise old Axel Foley teaching in the new Alex Foley. Yeah, that works.
That's the only way I think that there's something
Yes.
there. And by the way, we're going to be in West Nyack, which is on October 8th through the 10th. And that's as close as we are to Jersey and New York at this particular moment in time.
Yes. But thank you for that. We will be on it. Osiris Ruff, new amazing doc on HBO. Hey, what's up, guys? I want to make this email real quick. There's a documentary I want to recommend for you guys to watch because I would love you and Andy's commentary on this event. HBO put together an amazing documentary about Woodstock 99. As a black guy, I could give a fuck about Woodstock Respect to the legends, though, but that's just not my thing. But in this doc, they talk about Woodstock 1999 and the epic disaster that was this event. I feel like this doc was made for you and Andy's commentary because it deals with so much, and I feel like your commentary alone on the white people they showcase in this doc would be worthy of an episode. You guys might remember when this happened, but it does a good job of taking you back to 1999 and showing just how different the world was during that time. Again, keep up the good work, and so happy to see the growth. I've been a fan since the beginnings. Whenever there was just 10 episodes. So to see you says, hang in there and continue producing content is dope. Osiris Ruff. Thank you, Brother Ruff. You've been in it since the beginning. You know about this doc?
I heard about it. I haven't seen it. It would be good, though, if we did that and then also talked about Summer of Soul. Because
Right.
Summer of Soul is outstanding.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because it's such a small cut into what they really had recorded at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So might be nice to put together.
Okay. Shit, hold on. Pull this motherfucker up. God damn it. All right, fuck that one. Wait, this might be it. What the fuck am I looking at? Excuse me, having technical difficulties. All right, fuck it, I'll do this one. Kyle Singer, Andy's Wheels. What is Spears and the Berg? Kyle Singer again. I pressed pause on the Malice in the Airport episode with a lot of curiosity. Yes, I properly put a space between a and lot. No $10 for me.
You put a space between a and lot, which is a lot.
Okay.
Which is correct.
All right. Well, why you had me read it so I sound like a retarded nigga? Anyways, I remember the old episodes when Andy was living in Phoenix and he would commute via car to L.A. to do the episodes. Then, a couple of years later, we found out he had a Porsche too. Now he's commuting again via car up to Buffalo. Now I'm curious, what kind of car do you drive today, Andrew? As always, love y'all. I rock with y'all heavy. Peace, brothers. Kyle.
Dude, the weakest car imaginable.
What you got?
It's a Ford C-Max. And I bought it when I was living in Phoenix so that when I would drive out to your place or drive out to California, it was supposed to it gets good gas mileage. It gets good gas mileage in the city, but it's a hybrid car. So that's what I was
you
doing.
bought a car for homosexual.
But we're getting rid of it.
Right.
But it did its job. It did what it did for me. And the back, you could put the back down. I could sleep in it if I wanted to when I was on the road. So, yeah, it worked. But it definitely there was no sexy to it. That's for sure. Those days are gone.
Yeah, I was just about to say your days are over, nigga.
Yeah, those days.
All
are gone.
video games come to an end. GTAA.
Dude, I got the right girl. I got the right place. And when you got the right girl in the right place, I guess I don't need the right car anymore. The car was to get a girl to get over to the right girl.
Say that last line again. When you got the right what?
The right car, the right place, the right pussy.
No, the way you said it.
I don't even remember how I said it.
You just said it 8 seconds ago,
I
nigga.
know, but I was.
When you got the right car, the right woman, you don't
need it.
Jesus Christ, boy, this boy.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, you fucked it all up.
I fucked. Okay.
You just said something sweet. You just were like, when you got the right car and the right woman, you don't need anything else.
You don't.
All right, and you couldn't remember that? You
No.
just said it.
It was just because it was off the top.
Oh God. Oof. If this nigga had to have the lock combination to my life, I'm a dead motherfucker.
Dude, I have to change my passwords all the time. Don't remember.
Oh, Shanika Morton versus, hey, Aries and Andy, it's Shanika. First, let me thank you both on the advice that you gave my son last week on the podcast to continue to pursue his dream and comedy as well. We both appreciate it. Well, then, Shanika, since I'm doing things for your son needs to have his mama do things for daddy. And if you don't know who daddy is, check in with Shamo Emery. You want me to tell this bitch who you are, Big Daddy? And what she owe you, Big Daddy? All right. I got my first $10 alata due to me sending the email from my cell phone. So I do apologize for the grammatical errors. Aries, have you heard that Damon Wayans is asking to do a comedy versus with Dave Chappelle? That would be dope. What would also be dope is if yourself and Godfrey would do one. Is that something that you would consider? I hope so. We need this one. I think the listeners, fans, Andy would agree. I think the listeners, fans, and Andy would agree. So if the people are listening, let's make this happen and tag Tim Swizz on this request, y'all. Also, there is an online petition for you to do the Red Fox bio. We're going to make this happen, y'all. This movie is needed, and no one will give it justice like Aries. Oh, I'm almost about to cry. To all of the folks listening, go to change.org and type it in and sign, if you will. What better way to show your support, since we all agree that Aries does not get the love and credit that he so deserves in this industry. P.S. I hope you get a chance to check out my cousin's restaurant in Corona, Cali. Love you guys. Thank you for that, Sugar. I doubt anything will come of that. But thank you for the idea and the effort.
We could check out the restaurant when we're in Brea. Corona's not that
we
far
can do
from
that.
there.
Yeah, I think we do that. But just on a serious note, sweetie, I really hope your son does well. And if he blows up, you got to come knock on my door and give me what's owed to me.
You said come knock on my door. I know that this
Doom, doom,
last
doom, doom, doom,
we didn't do
doom,
that.
Come on, knock on our door.
Was that in there?
No, that went
Damn,
in. You owe Aries some pussy too. Doop, 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 doop.
Now I forgot what it was.
Damn, nigga, you get an idea and forget it before it becomes an idea.
Yeah. Seriously.
Jesus.
Well, what? I want to remember what she said.
I already erased the motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. It wasn't that important.
All right. I wish niggas who commit crimes, victims, had your memory. Ma'am, point him out in the lineup. It was that nigga. I don't know.
See, if I ever saw something that I wasn't supposed to see, no one would have to worry about shooting me.
Because you forget it.
I forgot.
And if they shot you, you'd forget who
shot you.
Right.
Yeah.
Miles Wardlaw, Chicago comedy show blast. Hey, A&A, we just came back from the comedy show you guys had in Steinberg. We came to the last show you had on Sunday. It was great. Me and my girlfriend brought my sister.
Asian.
Me and my girlfriend also brought my sister and her boyfriend too.
So much better.
Cleans it up. The entire show was funny. I lost my voice by the end of the night. I was laughing so hard. And your set was so funny, LOL. You did a great job on stage. I love the joke about the lady not turning the phone off at the beginning. Also, Andy, all the jokes about your family were funny as hell. Again, great set, Andy. Aries, you were great. Your set was insane. We laughed so hard. Aries, your crowd work was amazing. The dude from Barbados that didn't live with his girl and was fucking the landlord was funny as fuck. Also, one of my favorite parts was when you made fun of the waiter for looking like he belonged in a boy band. Every time you would sing a different song when he walked past, we died laughing. Aries and Andy, you are very humble. Thank you for the fist bump. What if I had a slip of the tongue? He said, thank you for the fist fuck. About getting to know your fans, nigga. Aries, after the show and noticing my $10 shirt, I heard someone say I thought it was a fan, and I turned around and it was Aries. LOL, that was really cool. Thank you for taking a picture with me and my girlfriend after the show. Made our night. Andy, thank you for being cool. My sister bought a T-shirt from you to support your son's college fund, not college fun.
No, it might be to support his college fund, though.
All right. I only had one thing you should add to the end of the show. You should shout out your podcast because most of your fans don't know you have one. Sadly, the second thing is the $10 T-shirts to get more listeners to this great podcast and sell more podcast T-shirts as well. Great show, A&A. Peace. $10, a lot of money for life. LOL. I will be back at another show in Chicago. You got it, baby. Appreciate you, Miles.
That's very
Wardlaw.
nice.
Yeah.
He was cool when he came up.
Yeah. He came up with his girl, right?
Yeah. I remember what I wanted to say on the other one, though, too.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, to get you to do the biopic for
Red Fox.
would be amazing, because I'm not even lying.
Yeah.
When you're done sitting here after doing this podcast, you're gonna walk to the door and you're gonna look exactly like Red Fox.
You're right.
You are moving like Red Fox.
Yes. That's funny.
You are serious. He played an older age. How old was he when he was on Sanford and Son?
Oh shit, I don't know.
I don't think he was much over 60 though.
Might have been.
But he really hammed that up. I mean, you already have a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And you have that. You already played one. You already played him once for 38 seconds.
Yeah, that was 38 pounds ago. So yeah, if I had to play a young Red, I gotta get to it, Daddy.
You would do a great job though. Your Red Fox is funny too.
Yeah.
See, no one does Red Fox because no one knows that this generation.
They just don't know, Andy. They just don't know. Fucking. All right. JV Hunt, Spearsburg Pod email number 8, DIY comedy special. What up, A&A? I agree with Adrian from Germany on EP 283, and I even recommended something similar a while back that Aries should do a do-it-yourself comedy special. I saw another comedian, Kev, on stage do this over the pandemic, and I went to the virtual show. And you can do this too. Sell tickets on Eventbrite, etc. Day of the show. Email a private YouTube link to the ticket holders, and you perform live on that YouTube link from a venue to your virtual audience. And Andy could even open for you, which will give him exposure as well. At the end of the show, you can have a Q&A with the virtual audience where you answer questions from the live chat. This show will be recorded, and you can sell it as a downloadable on your website, and boom, special. It may cost a few $1,000s for a nice cameraman and venue with a stage, and I'm confident you guys will sell hella tickets with your following because you can promote the virtual comedy special taping on the podcast. Include a link in the description, your social media with a link in bio, TV interviews, etc. Hope that made sense, but I hope you realize that Aries, you don't necessarily need Hollywood to give you an opportunity when you have fans ready to support. And by the way, you guys always talk about your favorite male comedians, but who are your favorite female comedians, Josie? No one. No.
That's not true.
No, I'm busting balls. I'm not going to say busting balls because that's for men. I'm peeling back pussy lips.
Bumping clits?
I'm bumping clits. I can't do the virtual thing, baby. That's against comedy code law in the comedy manual, page 58. I know Louis C.K. did something where he shot his own special, and I forget the thing that he used to sell it. I would do that, but I'd need that audience. That, to me, stage and audience go together like what is a woman's Varian tubes, Olympian tubes, something tubes, like a woman's ovaries and her eggs or some shit.
I know what you're talking.
Ovarian tubes and whatever the structure of a woman's body, this shit happens. And I know that could have been a much better metaphor, but
milk and cookies would have been better.
Yeah, spazzing out, nigga. This pizza we ate got me drifting. You can't. To me, you can't do a show without a real audience. I think that's the corniest shit ever. But I understand what you're saying as far as finding another road to get to the destination. So I'm game for that. I just listen. I'm really baby crawling my way to my next special because I want to make sure that it's the testament. I want to make sure that it is the Book of Eli. This is going to be the one. As far as my favorite female comedians, oh my God. I think I always said I'm a fan of Sherry Shepherd. I like, what's my girl's name? Fuck. Rough, raw bitch. Oh my God, why am I forgetting her
Kathleen
name?
Madigan?
No, the black chick, real skinny. She looks like the female Miles Davis.
Who's?
Why? She has that joke where she goes, "Men want to know what they could eat to help get their dick hard." I say, fellas, there's things you could eat to help get your dick hard. And men go, what? Pussy. You know her name? Melanie Camacho.
Who's the one that you've been talking to on Instagram or it's hit you up on Instagram a few times?
Amanda Seales.
She's
I've
funny.
never seen Amanda Seales.
She is funny, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen her. Beautiful.
And funny.
Beautiful. That's an interesting one. Like, you talk about, because sometimes it's harder for female comics who are really beautiful, a la Sarah Silverman, a la Whitney Cummings, a la, in the very early stages of her career, Amy Schumer. Now Amy Schumer looks like she dates Kermit. And yes, I took a dig, nigga, because me and that bitch don't like each other. So I saw your face.
I don't care.
Aisha Tyler is gorgeous and funny.
But she's a good actor.
Yeah.
Except for the last thing we saw her in.
Right. And Amanda Seales, very good looking and funny.
My female comedians are kind of like my movie taste.
Right.
All over the place.
Yeah, I know.
I like Paula Poundstone. I like
let me not say because it's subjective. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah, Sarah Silverman.
Sarah Silverman. I love Sarah Silverman.
Amanda Seales. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of her because I've only seen the one special that she did. But I thought she was really, really funny. There's this Sanjay. Is it Sanjay?
She's Indian?
No,
That's got to be.
No, she's
Sanjay.
No, not Sanjay. Samjay. It's Sanjay.
Oh, Sanjay sounds a lot like Sanjay.
Sanjay. She's this lesbian comedian out of New York.
Oh, lesbian Indian comedian named Sanjay.
No, Samjay.
Sam,
not Sanjay.
Not Sanjay.
Sanjay.
Sanjay eat pussy. It smells like sandpaper. All right, go ahead.
She is fucking funny, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude.
Samjay, she's white?
No, she's black.
Really?
Yeah. She is fucking funny. Her perspective on being a lesbian, and it's not all that she talks about, but it's obviously part of who she is, so she's going to talk about it. But if you're a dude, you can relate to everything the way she's talking about it. It's not out of your element at all. I think you would actually find her really funny. I'm trying to think if there's anybody who else is on that list. There's other female comics that I like, but those are the ones that just came to the top of my head right now.
Okay.
But Paula Poundstone's always been someone I thought was funny, dude.
You weird. Fuck you.
She is, but she is a weirdo. You have to like weird comedy.
Right. Louis Santana. What up, A&A? My name is Louis, or you can call me Animal. I'm a first-time emailer that's PR, Puerto Rican. I was teased, but they thought I was white, but I'm Puerto Rican Boricua that lived in the projects in Brooklyn, New York, poor, but I'm good now. I got a house in PA. What a different, better life. Anyway, I've watched all of your podcasts since the first one, so I know the callback jokes. And see, folks, that's what's important. You go from the beginning so you contextually understand the book to which you are reading. It's literature. I added words that didn't need to, but it made me sound smarter, didn't it? All right.
Dude, before we... Oh, no, go. No, I want you to finish this. Right. But I want to say something.
I think you are one of my top stand-up comedians, Aries Spears, but not when you was a kid, but when you are grown. I knew you since Mad TV. I know you did Def Comedy Jam, but I was late to that party. But since I've been listening to your religiously, and even repeat listening to your religiously, well, then here's a callback you'll love. $10, a lot of money. And even repeat a lot of episodes when I'm waiting for the new ones. I'm a proud pothead, so I enjoy your sober and high. I enjoy your sober and high. I take it you are not sober and you are high now while you are writing this. Random. But I hate Trump and I love Obama, so I'm on your side every time, but we need more non-white presidents. Andy, sorry, I don't know your comedy that much, but it's okay. You grew on me too. Like everyone else, a little slow, but it's okay. Coming to America Sucks Part 1 is way better. Your was right. What is this a Puerto Rican thing? Where you add yours to unnecessarily. I wish I could do a good Puerto Rican. You do the baseball and the Yankees, but you bet that yours was right. Okay. Aries, you got super talent. You are like that cool friend that makes me laugh a lot. I wish Conan wasn't being a phony and let you on because I'm a fan of Conan. And I don't like how his so-called people treating you, but yet have your video with Conan on his YouTube. Team Coco. That's crazy two-faced. But anyway, question. Sirs, the first of many, I hope how you liked the sitcom Married with Children. God, I feel like when I'm reading some of these, it's my job to stamp them U.S. citizens after I've read their homework. I think that show was Uncut Cocaine for a show on a channel that halves the FCC messing up everything as opposed to that have the FCC. Yeah, this is written Spanish, nigga. The cocaine for your show on a channel that has the SCC, the message SCC. I hope to hear from I hope to hear from your I'm listening every time. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I
just
understand.
putting a
Yeah.
on yous. Okay. To hear from your I listening every time. My first of many questions. Thank you. Have a good life and reach for those motherfucking stars. This podcast is better and real than all those funniest podcasts like Joe Rogan and Conan O'Brien.
It would have been much faster. Like,
yeah, it would have been much faster, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I don't even know where to start.
But remember, you had something you were going to say, and you said kept reading.
Yeah, I forgot.
Of course you
Through
did.
that?
Right.
Through that.
How dare I keep you on hold that long? Your thoughts hang up quick.
Through that, I don't know. I keep watching it. We have we're in my room and we're watching this, and I did notice though, and this has nothing to do with what you just read, but really what they wrote had nothing to do with what they wrote.
It was someone on TV?
I saw something on the,
Right.
Dude, Louise Guzman.
Louise Guzman.
Luckiest or the best or just the right dude at the right time?
Right. All of it. Right dude, right time. He's very good.
Yeah. And he'll go above and beyond. Like right now he's wearing a see-through shirt.
He
He's not
plays
on
the
there.
gay dude.
Yeah,
Yes.
and with his belly out.
Right.
He doesn't stop. He'll go all the way.
Let me tell you something. Hollywood has a thing for unique-looking creatures. And Louise Guzman, John C. Reilly, and even Sam Jackson are unique-looking creatures. They're not debonair handsome, and you don't want to say they're ugly, but them is some interesting specimens, nigga.
Dude, if you look at Riley on Boogie Nights,
Yeah.
and take him from that moment in time and go, he's gonna be a big actor.
Right.
No, no one said that.
Right. But he, like Louise and like Sam, who's the bigger star of the three, is in everything.
Because of their uniqueness.
Unique. John C. Reilly, Sam Jackson, and Louise Guzman don't stop working. Them niggas is in everything. And Sam is the leader of the pack. But I'm telling you, Hollywood, everybody knows beauty and look is a part of Hollywood. If you a pretty motherfucker a la Brad Pitt and Thelma and Louise,
Yeah.
you are A-list leading man. George Clooney, Denzel, or you got to be a specimen to the visual eye.
John Leguizamo. He has a
But
look.
John's a good-looking
But
dude,
he has a
though.
look, though. But he has a look.
He has a look, but he's still good-looking, though.
This dude right here. What's his name again?
Oh, that's Nick Turturro's brother,
yeah.
John.
Yeah.
Works all the time.
All the time. Has a look. Now you're looking at someone who doesn't have a look.
Right.
But he was funny.
But when you look like a creature, nigga, Hollywood likes you. And you know, let's be real. Hollywood's controlled by white folks. There's something about creatures that white people adore. Because to them, to y'all, they're like these wild, untamable pets. And they go, look what I got. Look at this atrocious, horrendous looking nigga. I own him. I feed him. That's exotic to y'all.
Like bulldogs.
Like bulldogs, nigga. Louise Guzman is a creature.
I'm sorry I got us off the track, but yeah, he's just looking at me, and I was like, dude, this dude.
They pull them niggas out at parties. They go, have you heard about Clarice's new creature? Clarice, I heard you got a new creature. Bring him out during the guacamole and the cheese part of the party. Guys, who wants to see my new creature? And they bring them niggas out. Look at this. What do you call him? This is a John C. Reilly. This is a Louise Guzman. What is it? I know. White people, you love them shits. Oh, that had Paul Mooney written all over it. White people love those goddamn creatures. You love them. You pull them out of the basement, out of your baskets, out of your closets, out of hiding, and you introduce these creatures to your white friends at parties. Look at this exotic. I don't know what this nigga is, but he's a creature. You've tamed a creature, nigga. Yes. The beauty of a podcast.
That's funny.
What time is it? Okay,
It's time.
We got one more.
Yeah.
And then Ali
Because we got to go clean up and get ready for our last show.
last show
Sunday in Pleasanton.
in the Bay, nigga, the Bay.
Etiquette. Comedy etiquette.
God, what that is? Junebug Spade. Junebug Spade. That nigga raped me, daddy. Boys, we ever catch that nigga? Nope. We were hot on his trail. Steve, on this, give me a little bit of banjo music. Give me a little bit of southern banjo in the woods, Mississippi mud shit. I'll tell you the story. In 3, 2, 1. I'll tell you what, kids. It was a hot June afternoon. We just left the hospital. My baby told me who raped her. Daddy, it was Junebug Spade. I hounded up the boys. We got the guns and the pitchforks and the hound dogs. All right, fellas, let's go get that nigga Junebug Spade for raping my baby. We were hot on his trail, and it was hard for us. We got close a couple times, but you know them goddamn niggers. They're fast as bullets. Next thing we know, just as we start to get him, he makes his move towards the woods, and out comes Rand Foots. And Rand Foots waved him on in and said, "Hi, Junebug, get up in here, boy. I'll hide you." And Junebug disappeared in them goddamn forest with Rand Foots never to be seen again. And that was who raped my baby. All right.
It's a good thing you can't get canceled from a podcast.
Man, or else we wouldn't have made it past episode 2. And you'd have showed up to work on episode 3 and then, Aries, what happened? Nigga, we got canceled. I don't remember.
They just came in and took our little Zoom recorder.
Yeah, man.
They said we can't have it anymore.
And Steve, during that whole story, keep that music playing until I ended with, and that was the man who raped my baby. You can take all this other shit off of me telling you this, but keep it for that. All right. Coming out of that and reading the email in 3, 2, 1. All right, Aries, let's see if my 4th email will get through. I've heard my name brought up a couple times and responded, but you didn't get to it. Anyways, did you see the absolute slaughter that the Locks gave Dipset? That shit was a clinic on true craftsmanship and hip-hop. This is proof that no matter what, it will always come back to the essence of hip-hop. This new generation can never put on a show like that. In order to command and control a crowd, you need to have a strong stage presence and skills to go along with it. How can you entertain an audience when you're mumbling through auto-tune and nobody knows what the hell you're saying? Jada primarily ran the show. No, the Locks has never been top sellers or mainstream household names, but they proved you don't need that in order to be considered one of, if not the best, hip-hop groups in history. Dipset looked uninterested and seemed to only be there because they got paid. Well, nigga, no, they wanted to win. Let me say that, and I'll continue reading. They just ran up against a juggernaut named going into the battle, many felt Dipset would smoke the Locks. But if you're a true hip-hop fan, you know what the Locks had waiting for them. Decades of classics, collaborations with legends like Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Big Pun, Lil' Kim, Mace, Black Rob, Diddy. The list goes on. I asked this question in the barbershop the other day. Other than Kendrick and J. Cole, what artists from this generation could put on a show like this 20 years after they've been in the game? New cats always thinking us old heads are hating. No, we just stating the facts and speaking on what we see because of the lack of creativity and skill that are presented in today's hip-hop. Everyone doesn't have to be super lyrical, but at least show that you care about what you're doing. Put effort and thought into your songs. Anyone can get on the mic and mumble for 3 minutes, but a true MC makes sure he cares about what he presents to the world. Sorry for the long email. Just had to get that off my chest and find out what you thought about it. Yeah, I think we spoke on this, or I spoke on it a little bit last week, in last week's episode, or this Wednesday's a fucking one of those. Yeah, man, Jade is the truth, man. To me, he's in my top 5 greatest MCs of all time. And it's good to see it, but more importantly, like you say, I hope it'll come back around to what real music should be about, because as a hip-hop fan, even though I'm 46, and I really need to probably retire, because rap is a young man's game, but it's just good to see motherfuckers who know what they doing do it and get the credit that they deserve. So yeah, man, that shit was fire. You know, that one line where Jada said, y'all dick, you dick, he pussy, y'all neighbors, was brilliant. But that's Jada, baby. Andy won't have much for this because
I'm probably wrong. I just think there's a difference between, not all rap is hip hop.
Yeah.
That's my only comment. There's people who rap,
yeah,
but they ain't part of that hip hop culture.
Right.
They may be part of the culture, but then that rap music isn't part of hip hop culture.
Yes. All right, kiddies, there it be. Thank you for listening. Spearsburg Pod Instagram, Spearsburg Pod Patreon, Spearsburg Pod YouTube, Spearsburg Pod Instagram. For the t-shirts, $10, a lot of money to support. Incidentally, to the one fan, I hope you checked it out, who wrote to me in DM and told me she heard the episode of the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing we did. Is the what was it? The Schwarzenegger episode where I came all over everybody in the cartoon.
Yeah.
He's the victimizer. I told her there was a cartoon of that, and I made sure Anthony put it up on our Patreon. So hopefully if you check that out, sweetheart. She said that episode, hearing it, killed her. I said, well, baby, you need to see the cartoon. Because the cartoon is really...
But we're in that space that we don't know if we can put something up and it was going to stay up or it was going to...
Well, on Patreon we could.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we've had these things.
Yeah.
But we're in that kind of gray area where today...
You get in trouble for shit like that.
Yeah.
So, we're going to sell you the coke, but you got to meet us around the corner in the alley, away from the police station. And I'm going to have on a black trench coat and a belt with cocaine on it and nothing else. And you show up, you give me the money. I'll slide open my trench coat. You put your hand in there. If you feel dick, move 2 spaces to your left. And that's when you'll feel the bag of cocaine. All right. And if you're listening to the podcast for the first time, Please go back to the beginning. Go in episode 1. Go in order. It matters contextually for callbacks and jokes that you will crack you up when you hear later, as opposed to if you listen out of order. You won't know what the fuck Junebug Spade. That nigga raped me, daddy. You won't know what that's really about.
All right, our dates in September are Raleigh Improv. That's actually in Cary, not Raleigh, but it is the Raleigh Improv, and that's going to be the first week of September, the 2nd through the 5th. Then we'll be in Hartford. Funny Bone, the 10th through the 12th. We'll be back in California on the 17th to the 19th at Brea Improv. And then finishing out the month, our last date of September will be Helium, Indianapolis, where we'll be there the 23rd to the 26th.
Coming up, this is Chris Welch's. The song is called I Hate Being Sober. His socials, Chris Welch's, ChrisWelchs _ThatMixXYNIGGA. Twitter, Chris Welch's, ChrisWelchs. The song, again, is called I Hate Being Sober. Enjoy.